In a world where the sun rarely breaks through the clouds and an oppressive regime reigns over the land, a small group of rebels clings to hope. Among them is Elise, a young woman with a fiery spirit and an unyielding will. She has watched her people suffer under the heavy yoke of tyranny. The rebels operate from a hidden outpost deep in the forest, a place where whispers of freedom are nurtured into plans of action. Elise is known for her fierce determination, but as the regime's forces close in, a sense of inevitability begins to seep through the group's defenses. Her closest friend, Marcus, a seasoned strategist, warns her of the impending doom. "We should retreat, Elise," Marcus pleads as they stand in the dim glow of their command center. "The odds are stacked against us. A strategic withdrawal might give us a chance to regroup." Elise shakes her head, her eyes alight with defiance. "If we collapse now, Marcus, we've already lost. We might have avoided the pain of defeat, but we would have abandoned hope. Our resistance is all that keeps their darkness at bay." Marcus hesitates, the weight of his words heavy on his shoulders. "Sometimes," he murmurs, "resistance becomes our downfall. The danger lies not only in being defeated but in refusing to see when defeat is inevitable." Despite Marcus's warnings, Elise rallies the rebels, her voice a clarion call amid the oppressive gloom. They prepare for a clash knowing it could be their end, but determined to fight for a glimmer of freedom. As the enemy closes in, the air becomes electric with tension. The first skirmish is brutal, a cacophony of clashing steel and cries of valor. The rebels fight valiantly, but the regime's forces are relentless. Elise leads with courage, but the defensive line slowly falters. Each step back feels like a knife in the heart. In the wake of a particularly fierce encounter, the rebels find themselves surrounded on all sides. The situation is dire, and Marcus catches Elise's eye through the chaos, offering her one last plea to save their lives. "Elise," he calls out, "we won't win today, but we can live to fight another day." For a moment, Elise hesitates, torn between her ideals and the lives of her people. She thinks of the pain of defeat, but also of the hope they've held onto so fiercely, and then she realizes that maybe Marcus was right. Resistance, after all, is not just about refusing to surrender, it's about knowing when to concede so that you can rise again. With a heavy heart, Elise orders a retreat, the word catching in her throat like bitter ash. The rebels, though weary, execute a strategic withdrawal, slipping into the shadows of the forest. As they fade into the cover of the trees, Elise sees not defeat but the embers of a fire that will burn again. Her decision to retreat was not a sign of defeat, but a promise that the resistance lives on, stronger and wiser, and that one day, they would emerge from the darkness to break the regime's chains for good.